So whenever you want to implement PMO for your organization or for your clients, you need to have a framework. You need to have an overview and a strategy to implement for your client success. Let me show you the CB-PMO framework, which was developed by the PMO Global Institute. And then I'll tell you step by step what you can do for a successful implementation. By the way, this is just an overview, yeah? You need to have a detailed training so that your implementation can be successful. By the way, so the CB-PMO framework has altogether 4 layers, we call it, right? 4 layers. So these are the 4 layers. The first one will be the foundation layer, the one in green. And then you have the one in amber, which is the executable layer. Then followed by supporting layer. Then finally, leadership, even though I said finally, but it's actually one of the most crucial element of implementation of your PMO. Yeah, so these are just layers. Expanding upon these layers would be the processes. Remember this, they are all together 26 processes as part of CB-PMO framework. Let me explain in a very high level. Number 1 is do not roll out your PMO for the sake of setting up your PMO for your department or for your function, right? But remember this, whatever we are doing in PMO must be aligned with the organizational goals, objective, and their strategic initiatives. So if you notice the one in green, right, on top there, it says business objective is number 1. So your PMO must be aligned with the business objective. Then you can talk about the others. What is your PMO strategy? And then you have to know what's your strategy to conduct a health check, followed by maturity assessment. And then you can talk about what are the functions of PMO. Then you come out with a master plan, right? The PMO roadmap. And finally get a PMO charter, get it reviewed and signed by your project sponsors. That is the foundation. Then followed by the execution or executable layer, which is the one in amber. We talk about developing the policies, procedures, and the governance. And then at the same time, instead of talking it as taking it as it's a big project, right? We develop a proof of concept, get a quick win, so that we can demonstrate to the sponsors and to the organization what is the mechanism or what is the effective ROI by implementing a PMO, right? So that's one of the crucial one. And then followed by, once these things are settled down, then you can talk about your KPI, then you can talk about the roles and competencies of your team members within your PMO. Then you can talk about how do we evaluate the PMO's ROI. And then we'll talk about how do we track the PMO's performance, and then followed by we also look at how we can we continuously improve the PMO function itself. That's in the executable. Now the one on the blue or the one on the left and right is your supporting functions. The team structure is there, setting up your team structure within PMO. You got to create succession planning. One of the crucial reasons why PMO fails, yeah? It's all in our head, but we have not transferred it down to the next person, or we have not molded the leaders, the PMO leaders. Yeah, so we need to have that. Also to look at the supporting functions, PMO structures, and also how to implement Agile PMO. This is one of them, right? On the left-hand side, you can see PMO technology stack, the PMO technology itself. What are the various tools that we can use for successful rollout of PMO? Then followed by the stakeholder engagement and stakeholder management, which is extremely crucial. Yeah, please handle that. It's a very delicate process. Next one is, what are the kind of environment that we got to look at, the culture and the organization itself. And then finally, it talks about the models, methods, and artifacts. This is supporting. Now comes to the most crucial one, which is the PMO leadership. What kind of leadership we should provide? I'll be giving a lot of videos about leadership. Yeah, because I think that's the crucial part of the implementation. So that's on the future videos. Yeah, the next one is, and I think this is also crucial, how do we get and make sure the sponsors are always engaged and always together with us throughout the journey while implementing the PMO? How do they benefit? What's in it for them? How do we engage them? How to make them get excited? All right, all of this will be part of executive sponsorship. Conflicts is guaranteed, either positive conflict or negative conflict. How do we manage them? And then how do we handle all of these conflicts and situational things through emotional intelligence? So these are the framework theme. 7, 7, 9, 3. That's the number you got to remember in this framework. Yeah. So, but this is the framework. Having said that, I have encountered many PMOs, not to blame them. They are extremely competent PMOs, yeah, and they are certified in project management certifications. Amazing guys, yeah, and they are promoted because of their competencies. They are promoted as PMO, to lead the PMO, and then sometimes they struggle, sometimes they are challenged. So, Tim, my suggestion for you is either whether you're promoted or you are new in PMO. Remember, it's two different animals. When you call yourself a doctor, you could be a GP, you could be a dentist, you could be a psychologist. All of them are wearing the cap of doctor, right? Likewise, when it comes to project management practitioners are one thing, PMO practitioners is another thing altogether. Right? So let me just demonstrate this to you in the next slide itself. You see, every project manager, if we follow the PMOGI methodology, yeah, there's 49 processes, right? Right, like the one shown over here, right? The 49 processes. So every project managers run their project based on the processes. Yeah, you can of course tailor this accordingly. You might be good in this, but the moment you are in PMO, yes, it's good to have this knowledge. But remember this, PMO, as I mentioned, has its own framework, 26 processes, 4 layers. You got to be focusing on this if you are a PMO. Yeah, and because you are an expert in project management, you're also able to support all the project managers which are doing the 49 processes or any other processes in project management. The next project manager might be doing another set of project management process, and then followed by another. Right? So project management process, let the subject matter expert in project management, let them handle it. But you as the PMO head or PMO team, you got to focus on these 24 processes. You see the difference? Get yourself certified and be a competent PMO, not just a master of project management process, right? So around the world, we have various chapter leaders, various PMO global institutes, trainers. Get in touch with them and be certified, right? Be a certified PMO practitioner. Take care.